Good morning, everybody. Looky there. Today we have a treat for them. Today we have a treat for you guys. Guess what it is? I'm just trying to clean up a little of the things floating around so that way we don't have any fish that have bad water. We want them healthy. We want them to be happy and eating in a fresh tank, not with things floating around in there, like, because they use their, too bad they don't have like a separate place for fish to use the restroom like humans. That's why it's not good to drink the water when you go out to the sea and all that, and there's all kinds of stuff out in that water, and there's not good to be in a lake and mess around in there and drink the water and so forth. You know how you accidentally swallow water. You even put regular water, you put bleach or chlorine or something, so that way you don't get bacteria and stuff like that. Well, can you imagine what's in the fish water? They can live in it, but we can't go in there and like ingest it or whatever. Oh, and also they need it clean for themselves too, not just, especially if you have them in here, because the ocean is vast. It's big, and things float around, and there's other things that eat the waste and kill things and so forth. But in your tank, you don't have that. You just have your fish, so you've got to, take care of it with your, with your utensils, your equipment. All right, I know you guys are looking to see what I brought you today, huh? I brought you a treat. If this thing would quit trying to grab on. That's the roots. Those help. The nitrate. They help with the bad stuff. Okay, we've got a plate of, look here. You might say, what is that? That looks like an orange. Yes, it's an orange. We're going to see if they'll taste it. Guys want to try an orange? Try the orange. Not the rind, but the other part. Look. You like it? They're tasting the orange. I don't know if they like it as much, but we'll let you try it. I'm not going to leave it in there for now. Let's give them their regular food, because they're probably like, don't play with me, lady. Give me my food. There's their peas. There's what they like. Me personally, I'm not that type of person for peas, but I'll eat them. Like my mom used to make them. Guess what she made them with? That you guys are probably going like, oh man, that would make me faint. She made it with liver. Can you imagine liver and peas together? But oddly enough, I could tolerate those two together, even though I don't like them both separately as much as a normal or some other types of food flavors. That's just not my taste buds. But she would put those two together, and oddly enough, they taste. That's the only thing that I really think that peas went with. Something gross with something gross. Sorry out there, the peas lovers and liver lovers. It's just my opinion. Come on over. Come on over. Sorry, I don't have a good voice. We need Jana in here for that. Hey. Hey. You guys are enjoying your breakfast? Actually, they're having brunch again, as usual. And, yeah, they're having brunch. So hopefully everybody's doing all right. The giveaways were just packaged last night, and they're delivered today. And they're out getting a few more things that we need, some groceries and so forth, and have their masks. And I'm in here feeding the fish. I'll let you guys meet our little dogs on one of the videos. And I'm just not like, I like dogs and things like that, but I'm not a dog person. I'm more like a fish, bird. And I'm going to have, but it doesn't mean they're not part of our family. They're still going to be featured on one of our videos. And also, today I'm going to try and bring my bird out, but she probably won't come out. I haven't gotten her to come out. I have to spend a little bit more time with her. And you've seen the progress. She does eat out of my hand. And that's pretty much as far as it goes, because she's not going to come out. I could not get her to come out for nothing the last time. But maybe she'll come out today. I'll just wait until she's a little more, used to me, because she's not really that used to me. I think she knows me, but she's just, a little bit more cautious than somebody might have as a pet bird, But I just have to work with her every day, guys. Well, okay, I'll tell you their names. If you haven't seen any of the other videos. There is Jaws. Jaws is the smallest one. I think she's probably going to catch up with the rest of them. There is Steve Harvey. Now, he doesn't look like Steve Harvey anymore, but he did have a mustache when we first got him. But he's matured, and the black markings that he had for his mustache, usually those markings disappear when they get a little older, the fish. But he's still Steve. And he's a little yellower color. Jaws is more orange. And then that orange and white one back there, orange and silver, is Coral. And I called her Coral because, well, I think Rosalind named her. There you go. Okay, they're having their brunch. And what was I going to say? Yes, I know what I was going to say. There's videos from yesterday. I made them kind of late last night. And it's good news videos, the ones I was talking about. I think they came out pretty good. They're Bible-based. They have a back... what was I going to say? They have... never mind. But anyways, they are Bible-based. Whoa! Slid right off. And Coral, she is the one that will get it. She's like the backup eater. She's the backup eater. She's always been my good eater, Coral. So if something happens to her, I'll know, because she won't eat if she does, I'm going to see if they'll like some more of the oranges. Take a little bit of the peas out of their flavoring, out of their taste. Give them a little something else. There we go. Yeah, they're enjoying these. Now, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, or if you haven't seen a video on fish, this feels kind of warm, their water, today. But, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly afterwards, because you're putting your hands in here, and even if you scrape up whatever, there's still other things left in there. You can't get everything out. So, you don't want to make yourself sick or anybody else if you're cooking and so forth. Wash your hands good with soap and water. Count to 25 or more if you want. And then I would do it right after, because sometimes people forget and they're like, did I wash my hands? But no, right after you're done doing this, go wash your hands good. But anyways, the videos came out good. I have a couple of them out. We should be doing crafts today. I'm not going to promise, but it's a goal. A couple of crafts and little fun things you can do at home. So that'll be another video to look at. And I'm going to be changing my parakeet's cage for the day. It could have been done yesterday, but it was kind of late, and I wanted to be able to record it, and I recorded kind of late with the good news. So I'll do it today. If you guys look back on some of these fish videos, you'll see how tiny they were. And of course, they're going to get big. But what we're going to do is put them in a bigger tank soon too. I would like to put them outside in like a pond with a net over it so nothing can get them. Because of course you got predators. We got a lot of birds around here, and they would love a dish, a goldfish dish. That'd be a delicacy. But these are my babies. I don't want nothing eating them. No treats for you here. It's only my treat to look at and observe and admire and think about beauty. This is my therapy, guys. Part of it. Hello there. Have you guys ever seen Hello Down There? It's a really old movie. My dad showed it to us when we were little. We used to sit together as a family because we only had the one television. We didn't have cable and all that back then. We had to wait for the movies to come on. And so this movie came on called Hello Down There. And it was about some people that lived down under the sea. They were doing like a experiment to see how people could live under water. It was kind of cool. They went under there and they were talking about goldfish on there too. That's why I'm thinking about Hello Down There. And they'd sing little goldfish song. Except it was weird. I think it was probably meant some other kind of underlying thing. It was rhyming. It was rap back then. Yeah. But anyways, if you have a chance and if it ever comes up, it was a good movie. Now, I was a kid when I watched it, and I would watch it today. Excuse me. There were artists, there were singers, and they were, you know, doing the experiment of living underwater. But they had a house under there. And it's called Hello Down There. And it was pretty good. I liked it. We all sat down together, and I remember my dad got us these little. It was cool because when we had like a little family movie, and I don't think we watched TV as much back then as we do today because we don't have it as ready available. It cuts off at a certain time back then, and it would fuzz out. You know, the TV would just like it would say, "Do you know where your children are at?" And then it would like say the pledge or something like that, or the national anthem or something like that. It would play it on instruments, and then it would the TV would cut out after the fuzz. I mean, well, the fuzz would stay. You're not gonna see any TV until the next day. Like early in the morning, news would come on or whatever. That was it. You know. It's kind of cool. But we hated it because, oh, I hate to tell you guys this, but I have to say it. But I didn't know the Bible. I wasn't serving the Creator at the time. I used to go out into a club and whatever. Okay, and one time, this guy got cable, right? And I was out in the club, and he's like, I got cable. You want to come see cable? I was like, do you have cable? He's like, yeah. And I said, oh, yeah, I would love to. I was really excited because, you know, you don't see TV after 12, you know. So I go drive. I have my own car. He said he was an ex-policeman or something like that. And so I drive over to his house and go upstairs. Now, this is crazy because you don't know. These people are nuts. You know, you don't know if people are crazy nowadays or whatever, even back then. But I wasn't even thinking. I was like, I trusted this person. So I went over there, and I get over there, and did he have any cable? He kept trying to fix it. Oh, it's not working right now. Trying to fix it. I'm like, dang, you know. Well, I think I'm going to get ready to go. And as I'm getting ready to go, there's a knock at the door, right? Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, I said, who's that? And he went to the door. He goes, oh no. And I go, what? He goes, it's my ex-wife. And I go, oh no. So I'm like, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and go. He goes, just wait for a minute. And then so she's banging on the door and he opens it. And then I'm like, I really have to go. And then they were arguing at the door. And he's like, I'm his wife. That's what she said. And he goes, ex-wife. And they're like tussling at the door. And so I'm like, you know what? I've got to go. So after they finished, I guess she came in and, I left. But that was a crazy experience. So Creator must have knew that I was going to be safe because he kept me safe through some crazy times. And nothing happened to me. But I'm sure I don't know what happened because it sounded like it really was the ex-wife. But she was like making sure that, it didn't end or something. Which it doesn't always have to end if it's, if you have a marriage that's not perfect, work on it. So I wasn't about to get in the middle of that. I'm like, if, she still cares about her or whatever, then, y'all better try and work it out if you can. But anyways, that was a crazy experience. I just wanted to tell you about cable and the nightmare. It was like, but I kept playing it over and telling people, and I made a joke out of it. I'm so stupid. I was like, she was knocking at the door, and I really made a joke out of it to my family members and told people about it. Spread that thing in the household and everything. It was just crazy. But it was like, teaches you not to really just go with somebody because you don't really know what the heck these people are lying to you or if they're nuts. This guy could have been somebody crazy for all I know. But just to be desperate for cable, I'm going to go with him, I remember they used to use that a lot, friends. And, there's somebody else that I knew, and he used to be like a lifeguard. And we'd go swimming at our pool. It was we were like a little few blocks to walk from our house. And then it was down the street actually down the way from our old school, our old elementary school. So we would use that swimming pool. It was a huge swimming pool. And we would go swimming over there, and then we knew a lifeguard. I'm not mentioning any names, and you know who you are if you ever see this. But he was trying to bribe me to go see. I got cable at my house, and I was like, that's all right. So I never went over there. I was debating. But we had a lot of funny things and kind of things that are weird because, we didn't have a lot of stuff back then. They weren't advanced like today, and then finally you get the cable and then you have to dial in. I don't think anybody knows about that, but you have to buy these little booklet things, like a disc, and you put it on your computer and then you dial in when you have to plug it to a phone cord, and you got to dial in order to get, I'm really telling my age and I don't care. But you have to dial in, you hear this, and when you could hear a certain tone that would kick in, you're like, yes, it connected. But anyways, it was weird. It was just like every month you got to pay this bill that, put the disc would change, would update or whatever. You got to get a new one, fresh one. There was a couple of them that were the best, and they were so cheap. There was like maybe a couple bucks that you'd pay, and there were some that were more expensive. And I never really tested out which one was better because I stopped just using the cable because I was busy, with school and work and everything. And so I never really dialed up too much. I'd go to the college and use it, stuff like that. So anyways, after that, now you see what we got. They have just advanced, and you can get it. Now you can pretty much dial up anywhere, and they've got all kinds of things you can buy online, and they'll ship it to you. And, it's just so advanced now. You go from the no TV hardly to now you've got TV all night. That's how you people stay up all night, don't get their rest. Or if you can't sleep, you have something that you can watch, you know. So, you know, and if you're up late night, like we used to have when I did nursing, the patients would be in there. You know, you only had TV for a certain amount of time, but then I think that the hospitals had the cable though, because I remember the TV being on, but they cut it off, but they could cut it on whenever they want. So, and it was like, I believe they had the cable because it was all the time. You can just cut it on like now you have it. So I like it. You know, I like, it's a pro and a con, because if you don't have the self-control to cut the TV off at a certain time, then that's a con. But a pro is if you can just like, hey, I can watch it anytime I want, turn it off for a few hours, go take care of whatever I need to take care of, come back. You know, right now we have plenty of time to watch things, your favorite shows or whatever. You don't have to record them until you get back from work, because you can sit right there and watch them, unless you're still the one of the fortunate ones that are still at work. But anyways, I'm not going to say fortunate, because then I'm going to add some drear to what everybody already going through. You might be fortunate and less fortunate, because then you don't have the time to vacation, you know. They should give the pay, though, like a vacation for some. I know a couple people I saw on here that said that they get 2 weeks vacation pay, and then hopefully they extend it, because it's going to be longer than 2 weeks, I think. Well, it's been longer than 2 weeks, actually. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. And there, see Coral? She's just really getting those pieces down there. When you see my fish on here, know I'm going to be talking about something. Unless it's just something I just want you to see them doing. But we'll have a combo, because it's soothing to watch them. You could just like watch them swim around and he listen to my soothing voice and talk about things, ordinary and unordinary things. I'm trying to think of something that happened back in the older times, or in the back in the day times. I think if they had, now this is the thing I wanted to say too. People were bored where I was at, because it was like a small town and nobody hardly had anything to do over there. And I was in Arizona and it was boring. So we would go in the desert and just think of weird things to do. So it probably would have been better to have a cable TV back then, because kids would probably be, or video games, because I don't think they have video games, but they had arcades where you could play video games, and I would go play video games. Like if you watch the question and answer, yes, I like Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and all that. I don't know if you guys, some of you probably have never heard of it, but I used to like Centipede. I used to like those type of games, and we would go and you put your quarters in there and play the video games, and that was like a date. I think I went on a date playing video games. It was fun, because they put their quarters in there. I didn't have to pay no quarters, you know, get snacks and stuff. It's kind of like the ones where you go to the movies and then you have an arcade over there. That's what it was like. You didn't have your video games you could play on television. And then finally they started getting, and I think I got the really old, it's old now, the video game for the kids, that they can play it. When I had my children, and then I wouldn't play them. I think they said, Mom, come on, play it. I think I might have tried it once or twice, but even to this day, certain ones I don't play. You know, there's some I do, but some that I don't. I'd rather them be on my tablet or something, or on the computer. But I don't use those consoles. But they used to play them, and we get the new games. The games were very expensive, too. And so you get those games and just enjoy watching them have fun with it, you know. Super Mario and all those kind of things. But, you know, they've really come a long ways, advanced. And they even let you have some free games on, Like you can try them out, and then if you really like the full version, you can buy it. So they're, excuse me, they're getting really, they've got a kind spirit to them, or kind heart to them. Some people, it's just all a lot of competition and so forth. And and I think we only have like a few fast food places. And now it's like, shoot, they've got, every time you can turn the corner and you're going to see a fast food place here, there. But, they keep them open for us, guys, and we're thankful, aren't we? Because otherwise we might not have anything late to eat. If you want something, like on the weekend, that's when you usually go and grab something that's later on in the evening. Because, you're watching movies or doing something, or maybe you slept for the whole day and you're like, I didn't even get a chance to go to the grocery store. And so you go order it. But anyways, guys, these are my fabulous three. And that's pretty all that I can have in this tank. And they get a little bigger, I'm going to have to move them out. So I'm going to advance in my hobby here. I'm going to be having more tanks. I have one more. It's over there in the corner. But I want a crown one, a certain one. I want a different type. Excuse me, one kind of fancy one. And that one will be by itself. I believe. One or two in there. That's it. But I'm careful with them. I don't want them to suffer or anything. So no, I'm not going to overcrowd them and make them miserable in their little home. Guys, want to try a little bit more of the orange? Trying to see if they want a little bit more of the orange. You can let this float around in here if you want to, and they could just kind of like eat it like a little treat in there. They like stuff like that, but I don't want it to turn into garbage. Oranges I could see, or they might get drunk. This is fruit, they'll be fermenting and things. So my fish will be floating upside down. Like, oh my gosh, are they dead? No, they're just drunk. We can't have that, can we? Although people would love to watch that, probably. Some people would like to watch that on here, but I wouldn't do that to my babies. Those are my babies too. Guys, I got oranges. You better eat it while you can, because I'm not going to leave it in here to ferment. Yeah, back there, that little round thing, that's going to be the air pump for the other one. Back there, that's going to go to my air pump. And hopefully I can get it to really come out good, because this one, you have to kind of move those hoses around and some of the airs come out. But, hey guys. Wonder under the ocean if they have like a, hi Lilo back there. If they have, that's my little doll back there, that's Lilo. Her sister's somewhere, I don't know where she went. I think I lost her. But she has a big sister. And I could never find her again after we put them in storage. But anyways, come on. Let's see you eat. They're waiting to see you eat your orange. I don't think it's a hit, you guys. They munched on it a little bit, but not too much. They're like, what's that? When I put the peas in the first time too, they really didn't go for them as much. But when they started figuring out, hey, this is helping my digestion or my bowel movement, there they go. Then they started really eating it. Although that's probably not what they were thinking. I'm thinking that for them. Looky there. They like the taste of the peas. See, they don't want it. They're busy messing with each other over there. No mating going on because we don't have the room. That is Coral, and she's the girl, and then he's the boy. And I believe Jaws is probably a boy too, but I just call him a girl because I don't know why. Are you a boy, Jaws? Jaws? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? How can you tell? Well, they're rounder. The girls are the rounder ones. But I think he's a bit... That might be the only boy in here. Those two, even Steve. Poor Steve. You better not... If you're a girl, we'll call you Stevie Nicks instead of Steve Harvey. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. If I find out you're a girl, you will be Stevie Nicks. So we don't have to change your first name. And just the IE on the end. Right, guys? Jaws is trying to eat a little bit of the orange. You ready for some more peas? We'll take this out. I'm just going back and forth to this plate, guys. I'm not dripping it everywhere. See, they want their peas. Do you see them? As soon as they knew I was bringing that back, they go for it. Here you go. Yeah, yo. Those two are grabbing it at the same time. They're so crazy. They got a little slide right here. They have gone through there and look so cute going in there. But I'm going to have to clean this out after I'm done. Today is not the quarter of a tank cleaning. Tomorrow is. I do it every other day. So, unless it's something weird going on with them or whatever, I do clean it every day. If not, I just do it every other day. So they're all right for now. And after I give them these peas, I usually like to do it. I usually like to give them... I'm going to try and alternate it on the day where I do the peas because I'd rather clean part of the tank that day because this leaves more, you know, weird cloudy stuff at the end because you know how peas are made. What else can I talk about, guys? Guys and gals, guys and girls, women and men, children, teens, young adults. The Rubik's Cube, I didn't forget about it. I'm going to go on there and try and solve it again. I haven't forgot. I just have gave up on it for a few months. Maybe a month. I can't rack my brain like that right now. So things coming up, yes, that will be coming up too. My hand is just getting tired of holding it down in there like that. But let's see. So that's what we're doing. We're into 33 minutes. We gotta have a full TV show, don't we? It's at least an hour. Here, guys, take some more. But I'm gonna have more coming up for my my bird. She was being really sweet lately because she's through with the molt, I believe. But honey, I didn't know she was gonna be that grouchy for her molting. And of course I would be too if I was like, my hair is coming out and it's itching like that, you know. And an animal can't, you know, if she was kinder and more friendlier and tame, I could have itched her head, you know, but she's not. She would not let me do that. She would be having a fit if I tried to do that. So, but we got more rocks. These are the glass ones. Aren't those nice? I had some red ones, but we got them and they looked like they were peeling or something. They just were weird. And I can't put that in there with them. I don't want that happening because then they might try and eat that. Or it might be if they don't even eat it, it might just, a lot of things could go wrong with that. See, they're almost done. They're almost done. I just sit here and feed them to them. I will throw them in there sometimes and let them find it, because they do find it all pretty much. Did you see there's still some down there? Look. So they'll have a little bit to look for after I'm done. But I just like them to be, you know, you want to try and get them used to you. If you try it first, you put your hand in there and they're like, don't go near it and scared and dart away. They're not used to you yet. But just keep doing it every day. Every time you feed, you know, put your hand in there. Don't scare them, like move it around real fast or anything. And say, get it, eat it. Anything weird like that, because you'll scare them. But if you just hold it in one position, allow them to come up to you, they'll eventually allow you. Even if when they get used to you, move your hands slowly, gently, gracefully. Even if you go to pet them or whatever, really carefully. That way they don't get startled. Because they still get startled when I walk in here. If I come close, it startles them because we're big. We're, you know, people walking towards you. Oh man, that's scaring them. You know, it's embedded in them to be afraid of us for now. Until we get into the new world, then we'll be able to be. I mean, they won't be afraid of us because they're not going to think we're going to do harm to them. But right now they have that instilled in them because people do harm them. So the Creator is protecting them too, to make them trust you first before they're not afraid of you. And, you know, people are very vicious sometimes. You know, they used to take ducks, and weren't they doing stuff to ducks? Shooting with BB guns and weird things in the parks a while back. And just nasty, mean people. You know, doing stuff like that. That's not nice. You don't hurt animals and pets and creatures just for fun. You know, haven't you heard of that kind of stuff? And putting firecrackers on animals and just doing wicked things. And then, I mean, I'm sure they would have a ball doing it on here, but now they'll get you. They used to do that, you know, put it on the YouTube or whatever. But they'll catch you quick because people will report you. And that's a good thing, because who does that? You know, who does that? That's really cruel. Well, you guys, this is your last bit. This is your last bit. They might not come for it on my hand anymore because they might not come up here to eat them from my hands, because they got some down there. See her eating down there? And they might come up and think it's something different, but they're getting kind of full. See their little tummies? Just see his. They're getting a little full there. And I gave them just enough, I think. Gave them just enough. Come get this. There's a little piece. Come on. I think it's so cool when they eat it out of your hand. It's amazing. Yeah, she's down there eating the pieces. See, when I put the phone down there, she took off. See, I move it too fast, and she's a little bit afraid. You're growing. You're just becoming a big boy. All right, I think I'm full on this video too. We'll see you guys in the next one.